Hi, I'm Ryan with Front End Audio, and this is the Gainlab Audio Dictator. This is a pentode stereo variable mu style compressor. This is the original. It is a true stereo compressor so that you have one set of controls that equally affect the left and right channels simultaneously. Of course, we already have this out of the box, so we're not going to bore you with the box. It's a cardboard box with stickers. You don't need to see that. The box is about getting it from Hungary to the United States safe and sound. So we just want to show it out of the box. Here's the unit. Of course, with the unit, you do get an IC power cable. Obviously, we're using it right now because the unit is on. And you do get a manual. You can actually access the manual online on the Gainlab's website. So if you want to download a PDF and go ahead and look over the manual before purchasing one of those or one of these, you can. So let's go over the unit itself. It's a very cool unit. I think that physically it looks very attractive. I like these kind of simplistic, straightforward, what I think is sleek looks. You do have this really cool laser cutout on top with the Gainlab logo and this waveform, which is really nice. On the back of the unit, you have your IEC power input, you have your power switch, and your fuse tray, your ground lift, as well as your fully balanced XLR inputs and outputs. Now on the face of the unit, besides these beautiful VU meters, you have your input gain. This is stepped from 0 dB to a plus 10 boost, which is a really nice feature. Right below that, you have your attack and your release, and these are set from slowest to fastest. All right, right here you have your power switch. On the back turns on the unit, but this is your standby or you're fully on, kind of like a Marshall amplifier or something of that nature. Here you have your fully variable threshold, which is really nice. Below that is a unique feature. It's a link-unlink switch. Now, generally you're going to have this in link because it's a stereo compressor. So you're applying the same settings to both the left and right channels. So you'll have it linked to where the channels run simultaneously and everything's treated 100% equally. Sometimes you may have significantly different things going on between the left and right channel, and you'll want to unlink it so that while the same settings are being applied to the left and right channel, it's kind of the reaction is a little bit more tailored to what's going on given the channels. So really neat feature there. Here you have your output gain, and again that's from 0 dB to a 10 dB boost. And then of course right here what you have is you have your sidechain filter, and that goes from off to 200 Hertz. And then you have your bypass, low comp, and high comp switch. Difference is your low comp is a lower compression characteristic. It's a smoother, more open kind of natural sound, a little bit softer sound. So it's not really engaging the compressor as heavily. And that's probably better on, say, vocals, if you're doing a vocal bus, or say a total mix bus, or in a mastering application. And high comp is going to give you a lot more saturation, a lot more character, a lot more aggression from the compressor. So that's going to probably be really good for guitar bus, definitely drum bus, mix bus in some applications. I'm a rock and roll guy, so I'm probably going to use the high comp a lot more than that. And then of course you have your switch right here. Let's try over here. It's right here, and that switch is your meter output from gain reduction to output level. So really kind of the features you'd expect. This is the first thing from Gainlab I ever got to use and was what convinced me that Front End Audio needed to carry the line. It is a very, very cool compressor. Even though it's a variable mu style compressor, it's not a clone. It's doing its own thing. It's just taking that circuit design and giving their own twist to it. It's really charactered. I love the fact that it's just super musical and rich. Even when you have it on the low comp setting, it's still very musical, very silky and very smooth sounding. And I attribute that to the tubes. Then again, I'm a tube guy. I think everything should have tubes in it. That's just me. Well, transformers are nice too, but tubes. But yeah, I really love how musical this compressor is all the time. And even though it can get aggressive, it's tastefully aggressive. It's never harsh. It's never bitey. It doesn't have like weird artifacts. Even with heavy compression characteristics, when you're really slamming into something, it's just tasteful. And I don't find that it gets too gooey or too pumpy or too breathy or really alters anything. It makes things punchier. It makes things fuller. It makes things more forward. And I kind of feel like the box is alive. I know that's weird to say, but I can literally run jazz through it and then run a death metal song through it, then run a punk rock song through it, then run an R&B song through it. And it's almost like the compressor knows what's coming in, and it tailors it. It's almost like a chameleon. It kind of retailers its reactions and its characteristics based on the music. So you can compress hard, say, on a death metal song, and then feed it some jazz, and it behaves completely different. You know, it's not like it's still like trying to clamp down. It's like it can really sense, you know, the type of music, the genre that's going through it, and really kind of change its behavior. And between the really cool tonal characteristics of it and its ability to be very flexible, that was what made me really fall in love with this compressor and want to take on the Gainlab line, which is why I immediately went to the owner here, Shane, and said, this is a line we need to carry. And I'm glad we do carry it. It's a very cool line, and Gainlab makes a lot of cool stuff. They have a dual mono version of this as well, and they have a very cool EQ called the Empress. So a lot of great stuff that they do, and this is the one that really started it all. For more information on the Gainlab Dictator, all the great products brought to you by Gainlab Audio, and for all your pro audio needs, please do check us out on the web at www.frontendaudio.com. Thank you.